life, sex, goals, and oh, hell knows, this is Midlife Craving. I know you can't see me, but I am a changed woman. Oh my God, there's so much to tell. I went to my first lifestyle party. Oh my God, are you guys ready for this? Are you fucking ready for this? Okay, but first, I'm calling an audible here. So Baywatch is stuck in Germany. His mission ran over, and I'm like, holy fuck. So at first he was like, I'll be back on Thursday. And then he was like, I'll be back on Saturday. And now he's like, I'll be back on Sunday. I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do. And I don't want him to come back here and feel so pressured to hurry up and record with me and then feel rushed or he's super tired. I thought to myself, what am I going to do? So should I just skip the episode? Like wait 2 weeks? But I've never done that before. And I thought I have got to deliver an episode. I can't make you guys wait that long. So here I am. I'm going to share the amazing magic that I made that night. I'm also going to answer all of the questions that my Instagrammers asked. By the way, make sure you're following me over there at Midlife Craving. I share a ton in my stories. So let's get it on, baby. Like, are you fucking ready? Before I jump into all of the hot, sexy, and amazing details that I have to share, I want to take a moment to dedicate this episode to Kat and Ams, Mr. Kat and Mr. Ams as well, from Two Hot Wives podcast. Make sure you're over there following them and listening to their show. Without them coming into my life, this excitement would have never been possible. They let me in. They graciously welcomed me into their lives, allowing me to befriend their amazing crew. They've completely opened my mind and allowed me to expand and grow sexually in ways that I could have never imagined. I feel like I have truly found my tribe, and I could not be happier. Listen, I plan to detail every moment of the weekend with Baywatch on the next episode when he's back, but for now, we're just going to skip right to the action. I knocked some huge items off of my fantasy to-do list. MFM, a foursome, group sex, and then I ended the night with a hot FMF. So God, okay, so much happened. I'm nervous that I'm not even going to be able to wrap it all up here. I made a few notes of things that I wanted to remember, and I wrote at the top of my page, the night was a blur, like a fantasy, amazing, fucktastic blur. Okay. So started the party. We were on the main level and hanging out with some of the friends that we made there. I will explain more when Baywatch comes back, but I fell in love, absolutely in love with a woman there. And she was Rainey from Tinkerbell, which is insane. She dressed up as like Tinkerbell's one of her best friends who lost her wings, and her husband was Terrence. It was like the universe knew and they just put us together. So anyway, we're hanging out with Rainey and Terrence. And we also, it was funny, like you just kind of migrate towards people that you already had established a relationship with somewhat. So, I met several people at the meet and greet. And then the night before we had the decorating party, and I spent a lot of time with Rainey, falling in love with her. And we were just hanging out with people that we had already made the connections with. One of the things that was so amazing to me was, number one, how incredibly beautiful and amazing the house looked. Every room had a different theme. So it was Dirty Disney, and there was an under the sea room. There was Jasmine's like tent area that just looked just like you're walking into Aladdin's or to Jasmine's room. There was an Alice in Wonderland trippy room with like black lights. And then there was old school Alice in Wonderland porn streaming over the projector. It was a fucking fairyland in every way possible. And let me just tell you something else too. The costumes. No one did not go all out. In fact, I felt like my costume was a bit understated. I was wearing a see-through bodysuit and then a lace bra underneath, and you could see through it. And at first I was like, is this too much? And then when I got there and saw what everyone else was wearing, I was like, oh, wow. Like I felt like I should have stepped it up a little more. You know what I'm saying? I did have my neon green tutu that matched my neon green wings. And I had my little wand. And I had these beautiful thigh highs that had rhinestones all over them. So they were very sparkly. And of course, I was covered in gold glitter. And I just want to say, I mean, everyone just went above and beyond. The costumes were beautiful and really fun to look at. And it was fun just to see everyone dressed up, so excited and ready for a hell of a good time. So things happen fast. Let's try to summarize this, which I really feel like this is a big undertaking trying to summarize all the things that happened. But so we're upstairs having a good time. Someone passed through. I remember I did a Jello shot, drinking a couple of high noons. I had a couple of Bud Lights, and then we make our way downstairs. Let's detail the downstairs. So there's a beautiful bar, and everyone brought a bottle. So there was any drink you could ever imagine that you wanted, it was available to you. And then there was these sheer curtains. Then behind those were, I believe, it looked like 3 queen size mattresses, like the amount of beds that were behind there. And so you can see through them, not details, but you can see silhouettes. And then there was a dance floor, and I was glowing, my skirt and my wings. It was really fun. I was like, oh, look at me. And the room was very crowded. And I was hanging out with Pinocchio. I believe his gorgeous wife was down there. And someone I'm going to call Stone Cold. And his wife was there. She is absolutely beautiful. And I fell in love with her as well. It was so fun. So Stone Cold and Pinocchio and I were talking. And Stone Cold, who has listened to my show before, he was like, I know that you want MFM. And I was like, okay. And I don't really recall how it happened, but he was basically like, I'm going to make that happen for you. And Pinocchio was like, yeah, we're going to make that happen for you. I was like, ding, ding, say less, motherfucker. Now listen, and Baywatch and I will talk about this. We had fully planned on staying together. I think we both knew that eventually we would split up and be free agents, if you will. And I think that's definitely my future in lifestyle parties. But I was so like, fuck yes, let's fucking go. I didn't even look for him. I just bolted. So I walked them back into the back room. It's like a blue room, very pretty. And I got to be honest with you, I wasn't nervous at all. I was so fucking excited. So I walked them in and I dropped to my knees and just start like, they start undressing. I start undressing. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm feeling like intense even talking about this. I don't know, a very out of body experience for me. I've been wanting to do this for so long and it was happening. It was really fucking happening. So Pinocchio starts taking his pants off and then, I remember I was like rubbing their cocks, but through their boxers. And I'm looking up at them. They're both looking down at me. And I was paying particular attention to making sure they both felt like there was a fair amount of attention on them both. I kind of liked having that power. You know what I mean? It was almost like I was dominant for a little while. So Stone Cold drops his pants and I'm like, oh, wow. Like, big, beautiful cock. It really reminded me of Mr. July. So I was like, ding, ding, ding. And then Pinocchio dropped his pants and I'm like, oh my God, wow. Like I'm a lucky fucking girl, So I was jerking them both off. And then I took my turns with them, sucking Pinocchio's dick and then turning to Stone Cold and sucking his dick, looking up at both of them at the same time. Every sense, every sensation, every fiber of my being felt like it was on fire. I mean, this was fucking happening for me. And it was so amazing. So we're playing, kissing, I'm sucking. I'm the happiest girl in the world. I have 2 cocks in my hand, 2 cocks in my mouth. I am in all of my fucking glory, right? And then Stone Cold's like, we're going to fuck. So Pinocchio lays down and I'm sucking his dick and Stone Cold just starts pounding me from behind. He's a lot to take. And I was like a little bit shocked because I was having a hard time sucking Pinocchio because I was like gasping. So I'm like, oh my God, like, wow. Okay. So I remember at one point I stopped. I had my hand around Pinocchio's dick and Stone Cold is destroying me from behind. And I look over to my left and I see a couple having passionate, hot sex on the bed. And I'm like, wow, that's fucking hot. So I am so fucking turned on. I'm pushing myself back into Stone Cold. I'm sucking Pinocchio's dick. That sounds so funny. But, and then Pinocchio's like, I'm going to finish. And I'm like, fuck yeah, and that happens. And, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to take a little break here. I'm not going to share every single detail, like who I saw in the bed or what exactly was going on, because I don't know. Some of those private moments are for us and for us alone. I love sharing, and I, overshare on this show, no doubt. There's just a few things that I feel like were moments that is not for everyone. It's for, those memories are for us to cherish. That sounds cheesy, but it's true. So anyway, Pinocchio finishes, and Stone Cold is still banging me from behind. And then he was on top of me. And then I think we even did like the one leg up move. And it was just hardcore, passionate fucking, just the way I like. And I remember after we were finished, I spent a lot of time sucking his dick again too. And I remember after we finished, like I was so thankful for the way that he fucked me. I'm like, let me suck your dick a little bit. Let me make you feel good. And it was just really fun and just very relaxed. And also super fucking hot that people were walking by. People were coming in and enjoying the room. I think Pinocchio moved over to have sex with his wife on the bed at one point. Just the entire environment was electric. That's an understatement, actually. So I get myself back together, and we walk back out to the room. And I remember being like, oh, wow. I don't know how long we were in that room for, but shit had changed. Okay. There's people fucking everywhere. It was hot as shit. Big, huge dance party going on. The music was blaring. And I remember just being like, oh my God, like shit's going down out here. So I go and get a drink. And then all of a sudden, here comes Baywatch coming down the stairs. And Rainey comes over to me and she's like, oh my God. I just remember she kept saying to me, she was like, you're so lucky. Like, I cannot believe you get to fuck him all the time. And I was like, I'm so fucking happy for you. In fact, the night before I had told Baywatch, I was like, you have to fuck Rainey for me. Like, fuck her. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She's so fun. You gotta fuck her. And I was so happy to see that like they got it on. And so Baywatch is like, we fucked in the swing. And, and to be honest with you, I'm gonna let him share his story and all that went down in that room, because I don't know. I told him, I said, save it for the show. All I know is that they were happy and we were having so much fun. We have drinks, we're dancing, having a good time. And then this other guy, I don't have a name for him. This is too many fucking, cover terms and cover names I got to think of. I'll call him, I think he was Mad Hatter. Yeah. And his wife was Alice. So, okay. Mad Hatter. We're dancing and kissing on the floor and stuff. And I'm like, hey, I want to play with you. He's somebody that I had my eye on. And he was like, okay. And I could tell he was a little nervous. So I was like warming up to him or whatever. It's funny because I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, I just had like all my dreams just came true in that room over there. And here I am, just like, hey, you want to go play with me now? Let's see what's next. The thirst and the hunger, it never goes away. So we're dancing, having a good time, making out, and Baywatch was hitting it off with his wife. And so we were like, all right, let's go play. And we headed into the trippy Alice in Wonderland room. And so there's like it's black lights and there's 3 beds on the floor. And Baywatch and I will talk way more about this. But in short, there was 2 other couples already in there using the room, but there was a space for us. So us 4 went into the middle, and I'm playing with Mad Hatter. Baywatch is playing with Alice, and just lots of kissing, and he ate me out, and I had an incredible orgasm in that room. Oh yeah, Stone Cold did that too. There's so much. I'm not going to ever have it all organized and summarized. That's for goddamn sure. So I remember at one point, Alice was sitting on Baywatch's face, and I told Matt Hatter, I was like, I have to make this man's dreams come true right now. So his dick is like rock solid, standing there waiting for me. And I just went over and like squatted right on his cock, and it was so hot. I was like riding him, and I saw Alice's beautiful ass and pussy in his face, and he's like licking her clit and stuff. And I was like, oh my God, like for me, it was an amazing view. I can't tell you what it's like. If those of you that have been in lifestyle or have been to lifestyle parties or experienced with play with other partners, There's something it's almost like having real live porn in front of you while you're getting off as well. It's absolutely amazing. I was definitely surprised by how much I fucking loved that. So it was really hot. He's like eating her out. She's sitting on his face. And then she got up and went and played with her primary partner. And then it was funny, like as soon as she got up, I like jumped up, turned around and sat on his face. So then we're like 69ing, and I believe we fucked some too. Gosh, you know what's funny is, like I said, this is a blur, like that things just all kind of collided together. And I remember when we were exiting that room, I told Baywatch, I was like, it's time for a break. Like, let's make our way back to the main level. I need to take a moment, collect myself. I remember I went in the bathroom and looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, wow. Okay. She's been through some things. Don't get me wrong. It's hot. My white snake hair, it was in full effect, but so yeah, it was time to take a break. It was time to relax. And I told Baywatch, I was like, let's go to the hot tub. We go upstairs, we walk through the beautiful under the sea room and head to the hot tub. So I think there was about maybe 4 or 5 people in there, and Baywatch and I stripped down. And by the way, it is so nice just being so free and able to just be naked. It's the first time for me to be naked like that in front of so many people. And it's very liberating, I will tell you. So we get in the hot tub and it was like the perfect temperature and just felt so good. Like I was like, wow, just relaxing. I think I had a high noon in my hands and I was like, ugh. I had just been fucked for like 2 hours. Life is good. So we're sitting there and just enjoying it. And I was laughing because whenever I get in the water, I swear to God, my tits become like flotation devices. So it's just like, oh, here's me. And then here's my tits floating at the top of the water. It was funny. So I remember talking about that. And Rainey was sitting next to me and Terrence, her husband, was on the other side. And we were just having great conversation and having a really good time together. At some point, Stone Cold and his wife came up and she was dressed as Ursula. She looked so beautiful, by the way. I did her makeup. I had so much fun doing her eyes. They were beautiful purple. Anyway, and they were in there. And then I'm going to be honest with you, things are starting to get a little fuzzy for me at this point. But I remember Stone Cold was like, hey, do you want to play again? And I think I literally sprinted out of the hot tub. I was like, fuck yeah. And we went to the under the sea room and it was so nice. Like, I wish I would have I did spend a lot of time in that room, but I wish I would have like almost started my night there as well because it's so beautiful in there. So I remember I was like, I want you to fuck my face again, like fuck my throat, because I love that. I love a big cock that challenges me. As much as it gets on my nerves, I also love how it challenges me. So I remember I was on the edge of the bed, like I was sitting on the ground almost. The bed was on the floor, so I'm sitting on the ground. I remember he was like almost planking over me and fucking my face. And then I remember he says to me, hey, do you mind if, I'll say Bambi, because she was dressed up as Bambi. Do you mind if Bambi joins us? And I was like, absolutely not at all. And that's another thing. So remember, everything is consented. If I would have said no, Stone Cold would have been like, hey, sorry, we can't play. So I appreciate that. And I love that. And of course she can join. So it was really hot. So picture it. I'm sitting down and he's planking over me, fucking my face. And then Bambi has her legs spread and he's eating her out. So, I mean, it was quite a sight, I'm sure, for others. I didn't see, I had a huge cock in my mouth. But the sounds, it was amazing. So there's my little FMF. Even though I didn't really play with her, then all of a sudden she was like gone. Like I said, this shit's getting blurry. And I know Stone Cold, if you're listening to this, you're probably like, oh, wow. I don't know. I was just zoning out. I was like, fuck my fucking throat. Fuck my pussy. Yeah. And he did. And something that was really hot is he was like, hey, I want to tit fuck you. He's like, I've never done that before. I want you to do that to me. And I was like, hell yeah, you should. Like, I have big, huge tits for a fucking reason. And that was really hot. And he titty fucked me and gave me a pearl necklace. It was delicious. It was probably one of the hottest ways that I could think of to wrap up the night. And also just to like, I'm a giver. I love satisfying people. And I thought it was really fun to give him that experience since he gave me such a huge one in my life. So that's how my night wrapped up with all of my play. I think Baywatch and I left there around 2:30 in the morning. It was a lot. But it was so fucking fun. And so much stuff happened in between. I got to see people that I love there. And it was like, hi, we're having so much fun. And, the host of the party, Mr. Ams, what he did which was so amazing to me, is he would come and check up on a Baywatch and I felt like he paid such good attention to, I know he probably did that for everyone, but I just felt like he would come to me like, hey, are you good? Are you having fun? And yes, absolutely I was. But I remember Baywatch and I were out chilling in the chair outside on the patio, and he came out and was like, hey, like, how are you guys doing? And those little touches matter so much. I felt so comfortable, and I can't thank him and them enough for just making us feel so comfortable and welcome. It was really fucking nice. So we're having a good time and wrapping things up, and everyone's just like, exhausted. Like, that's an understatement. And Baywatch and I went back to the hotel and we crashed hard. It was funny because the next morning we woke up and I remember I was thinking to myself, like, I couldn't have sex right now if I tried. I'm so fucking tired. And then we also didn't eat much. So we went to brunch, of course, did this is our thing that we do together, got mimosas. And I remember we ordered like a ton of food. And I was like, I'm so fucking hungry. I got cocked the fuck out. Like, that is an understatement. And I absolutely cannot wait to do it again. All right, so remember, I'm going to share a lot more, and when Baywatch is here for the next episode, we'll detail more things. I'm sure more things will pop in my mind that happened, but that's a quick little summary of how my first lifestyle party went down for me. And now let's get to some questions that my Instagrammers had for me. All right, so someone asks, how many sexual partners did you have that night? So what's your definition of sex here, Bill Clinton? Let's see. If you're asking me, like, including oral, 4. I had 4. Sex, just 2. All right. The next one. Did a girl eat you out? And if so, did you like it? No. And I don't think that that's for me. Now, I'm not closing things off. I'm not saying never. It's just, it would have to be a very situational situation for me. I'm just not that into girls. I love women. I think women are beautiful. I'm definitely very open to kissing women. I would suck dick with a woman for sure. Maybe even suck titties. I don't know. I'm branching out here. But I don't think pussy play is for me. Okay, next one. Did I feel like there was jealousy between the couples, or was there jealousy between Baywatch and I? I cannot say for other couples how they were feeling. I did not feel like anyone was jealous. I didn't feel like there was any issues. I definitely didn't see any drama. And the hosts of the party they are so incredible with the way that they planned. They, laid out a lot of different resources and rules and helped people, make sure they were on the same page with their partner, and they promoted that. And also they had 2 separate places for partners and couples to go and talk and reconnect. And that was really amazing. I think all of those things helped. I did not feel that anyone was jealous. I didn't sense that anyone was having any issues. Was there jealousy between Baywatch and I? Absolutely not. It's probably hard for some people to understand. And I loved, Mr. Ams had said to me, Adrienne, not everyone can break through the matrix. And so I understand if someone can't see how I wouldn't be jealous, but no. And in fact, I was so happy for him. When he came downstairs with Rainey, I was like, yes, queen. And I was like, fuck yeah, Baywatch. Like, I'm so happy for you. Like, did you have fun? He was like, I hit my head on the wall. With the swing. I'll let him tell you about that. But no, I'm so seeing him happy, seeing him pleased makes me happy. It makes me pleased. And I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. Next question. I got this one a lot. Was it everything you wanted? It was more. It was 10,000 trillion infinity times more. I was, open and optimistic that I would have an amazing time. It exceeded all of my expectations. It was absolutely positively everything I wanted, needed, thought of, and more. Oh, I cannot wait to fucking do it again. Did you find it easy to connect with like-minded people? This was the biggest thing that I loved and appreciated when I was there. It is the incredible, liberating accepted feeling that I feel with everyone that I met. I can be who I want to be. I'm liberated. No one's judging me. No one's looking down at me. No one's saying, well, why are you doing this? And how could you think that? Just full blown 100% acceptance. That's an incredible thing, especially in today's world. So many people are closed-minded, and I get a ton of shame. I'm ridiculed. I have, there's been some instances where I have thought to myself, why am I doing this? Why am I sharing so much? But then I think about the alternative and allowing them to win. Absolutely not. And what I know for sure is it stems from their own insecurities, their unhappiness. It is not a reflection on me or my decisions or how sex positive I am or how comfortable I am with my own sexuality. So being around people who understand me and feel the exact same way I do, like, I mean this when I say I feel like I found my tribe. I found my people. I felt that way the moment I met Kat and Mr. Ams and Mr. Cat. Like, I don't know. You can't it's intangible. It's the vibe, the connection, the elusive connection that you have with other people in this world who are just like you. And when you find that, fireworks, baby. This next question is a good one. And I got this a lot as well. Are there limits at the party, or is it a free-for-all? One of the things I think I learned the most with Kat and Ams when they came on my show was that it's absolutely 100% full consent. And it's not what you think, where it's like everyone does everything to everyone. Everyone does everything to everybody, like everybody. Absolutely not. It is not a free-for-all. Everything is discussed. Everything is consented. 100%. There was a moment where Stone Cold and I were fucking, and he was fucking me from behind, and he said to me, Adrian, do you mind if I pull your hair? I mean, even like, mid-stroke, he's asking for consent, and that's amazing. Now, I did hear Mr. Ams talk about the idea of maybe having like an open playroom where it's just a free-for-all, and if there's a designated area for that, so be it. But what definitely for sure it is discussed, communicated, and heavily full of consent for all individuals in the room. And that's one of the things I like so much about the lifestyle. It's all about what you want, how you want it, and who you want it with. You make your own rules, and it's flexible, and it's situational too as well. Like sometimes things can change like from one party to the next. But either way, you're doing what you want to do with who you want to and how you want to. I'll say that again. At that time. And that's pretty amazing. Someone asked me, how much do you love cock? I mean, do you even fucking know me? Do you listen to my show? I love cock. I'm obsessed with it. I also love big, beautiful, perfect cocks. Ask Stone Cold how he feels about that. All right. How did you feel after? Incredibly happy. Fulfilled. Literally and figuratively. I feel like I finally found where I belong. I feel like I want to do it again and again and again and again. Next question. How sore were you the next day? Oh my God. Let's fucking talk about this. So I'm not sore like my pussy wasn't sore, because obviously, the lovers in the room, they know what they're doing. There's lots of foreplay. There's lube. And I was, warmed up and ready to go at all times. I wasn't sore anywhere down there, but I will tell you this. My legs were sore, I think from squatting so much and riding cock. So I was walking a little funny. I'm not going to lie. I was definitely walking a little funny. But what was most sore for me was my neck. Okay. Like I was like literally eating cock. Okay. And I'm here for it. Let me tell you, that's what I'm all about. But I was joking with someone and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have like a fucking 6-pack on my neck if I keep this up. I mean, for real. Like, so my throat was a little sore and my neck was sore for 2 solid days. Like I looked like I'd been in a car accident. Like someone asked me a question and I'm like, hang on, I got to turn my whole body around because I was so fucking sore. But it is the best kind of sore. And it made me just think of all the things that I did. And yeah, I will use the same amount of effort next time. I don't care. I'll pay the price. It's fucking worth it. Okay. Was it what you expected? I think it was more. I think that I can't believe how easy it was to talk to everyone. I can't believe how comfortable I felt. I can't, and it's one thing to talk about, and talk about people having sex in the same room as you or lots of couples fucking around you. And then you get in it, like, you don't know how you're going to feel. And I felt fucking amazing. I felt like I belonged. So I think my expectations were absolutely exceeded. It was amazing in every single way possible. So my expectations, honestly, were set too low, and now they are super fucking high. And the gracious hosts threw one hell of a party. And I mean, it was just amazing. My expectations were completely exceeded. Someone asked me, were you worried about the casual interactions with strangers? I really didn't even think about it. I had already been so comfortable because we had been chatting with everyone. We had a meet and greet. We also had the decorating party the night before. I felt very comfortable with everyone in the room, even some of the people that I never met before that came to the party. I don't know. Those are my people, And yeah, I remember I went to the bathroom and this beautiful Ariel was in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, you look so amazing. And we just like hit it off. And the next thing I know, she's like showing me photos of her. She's like, I've had my hair different colors. And I was like looking at our photos. I'm like, oh my God, you're beautiful. I don't know. We were just like talking and laughing. And it was just very easy. I honestly don't feel like there were any strangers in the room, just lots of friends I hadn't met yet. Next question. Do you only plan to play with Baywatch, or would you bring a new partner with you into the lifestyle? So yes, Baywatch is my primary partner right now. I adore him. And will I play with him and take him to more lifestyle parties? Abso-fucking-lutely. Can't wait for that. But I will say I am looking for a primary partner in the lifestyle, or someone that would be willing to share the lifestyle experience with me. So Baywatch will be around for however long Baywatch wants to be around. And yeah, I'm hoping to find, that primary partner one day, but no rush. I'm really enjoying the moment right now, which is something in 40 years that I haven't done. I've always been working towards the next goal or looking far ahead, or don't listen, Uncle Mo, close your ears. Looking at the past and looking in that rear view mirror, which I do not do anymore. But for right now, I'm living in the moment. And yeah, Baywatch is my partner who I'll be experiencing lifestyle with. I'm looking forward to our next time. All right, last question. My stomach is growling really bad. I hope you guys cannot hear that. Jesus, I'll be right there, bitch. What was your favorite thing? This is an easy question for me. Hands down, 100% the MFM experience. And thank you, Stone Cold. Thank you, Pinocchio, for making all of my wildest dreams come true. I loved having two cocks and all their attention on me. I want to do it again. I want to do that even if it's not at a lifestyle party. I want to experience MFM many more times in my life. So my favorite thing by far, MFM experience. Delicious. All right, so listen, I have many more questions to answer, but I'm going to save them for my next episode when Baywatch will be back. We're going to talk all about our incredible weekend, from the decorating party to the really fucking fun hotel party before, and of course, our full experience together at our first lifestyle party. It was so fucking amazing, you guys. So listen, don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I share a lot more there. I go live, and I may even start going live when I record. So make sure you hit me up over there. It's at Midlife Craving. Also, be sure to rate and review my show. I know I usually don't ask that, but it really means a lot to me. So give me that 5-star write a review, and let me know what you're thinking about the show. I love reading those. I got to be honest with you. All of this talk about the lifestyle party, MFM, the cocks, the sex, the hot scenes, it's got me fired up and ready to go. I'm thinking, should I see Rosie? Should I see Captain? Maybe Goldie. You know what? I think I'm going to go with Captain. Yes. He always fucking wins. Buzz, buzz, baby. To infinity and beyond.